Hello and welcome back to your own channel Indian Defense Analysis, where we bring to you all the latest development happening in the defense sector. The shape of modern warfare is changing, and the same was observed in the recent conflict of Armenia and Azerbaijan. In fact, it changed the course of conflict, bringing Armenia to its toes. The destruction unleashed by Azerbaijan's drone forced Armenia to settle for peace on humiliating terms. Azerbaijan converted its old AN-2 aircraft into a suicide drones and a bet for Armenian air defense system. Armenia lost nearly 26 surface-to-air missile systems, including Tor and 5 S-300 systems. Once the air defense was down, the armed drones of Azerbaijan unleashed the destruction of Armenian ground forces, destroying hundreds of their tanks and vehicles. The Azerbaijan used Turkish TB2 armed UAVs and Israeli loitering suicide drones in the conflict, which due to their small size were able to beat Armenian radars. This was perhaps the first time world witnessed defeat of conventional forces and tanks by UAVs. India has not to learn from this war, as it is already having conflict at its frontier with China and Pakistan, the former being much ahead of India in terms of drones technology. Azerbaijan has showed an excellent military strategy of using low-cost and expendable UAVs instead of expensive fighter jets to pin down and destroy the ground forces and assets. The use of drones has also expanded the area of battlefield. To better understand this, I will cite again the war between Armenia and Azerbaijan. During this war, the Armenian frontline forces were under constant surveillance and destroyed without much of the opportunity to retaliate. Therefore, the ground forces need an effective radars that can detect and neutralize small targets like UAVs. This leads to the deployment of additional resources at frontline and hence widening the area of battlefield. If we look from the perspective of India, it has a major threat from Chinese Wingloom 2 drones, which has 3 hard points where they can carry anti-tank guided missiles such as Red Arrow HJ-10, having range of 10 kilometers and can penetrate the armor of any main battle tanks. China has also made a deal of selling 50 Wingloom 2 drones to Pakistan. In January 2021, Pakistan received 4 CH-4 armed drones from China, which is a Chinese copy of US MQ-9 Reaper. So it's quite evident that India is facing the UAV challenges from both of its adversaries at western and northwestern border. Now let's look into the drones being operated by Indian Armed Forces. Indian Army and Air Force currently operates 15 and 17 Heron drones respectively. These battle-proven unmanned drones are primarily used for surveillance. Indian Armed Forces are in discussion to upgrade and weaponize these 90 drones. The Indian Army will soon get 4 more Heron TP drones on lease from Israel, which will be deployed along the line of actual control with China for long surveillance missions. While the Heron TP drones are capable of being armed if needed, however, the ones being leased by India are non-weaponized versions. Indian Army has also inducted 75 Swan drones, and the capability of the same has been demonstrated on 15th of Jan in Army Day parade. The Swan drones can be used for surveillance and also bring in the surprise element to carry out targeted strikes to assist troops on the ground. With a range of 50 kilometers, these drones can make deep inroads behind enemy lines with the capability to hit targets from a distance of 500 meters. The UAV has a mother drone that has an attached child drone meant to fire and self-destroy after hitting the target. India's goal is a 1,000 drone Swan with a potential to overwhelm the air defenses, and the low cost means they can be deployed in far greater numbers than existing systems. A $3 billion deal has also been signed for the purchase of 30 armed drones manufactured by US company General Atomics. If the deal goes through, the Army, Navy and Air Force will get 10 such combat drones. The MQ-9 Reaper, also known as Predator drone, can detect targets using its inbuilt sensors and radar. It has an endurance of more than 27 hours and carries payload up to nearly 1700 kgs with a range of 6,000 nautical miles and flying capacity of 50,000 feet. It can carry deadly Hellfire missiles and laser-guided bombs, making it a very potent weapon. Indian Army has also signed a deal to procure high-altitude drones from Idea Forge for $20 million, which will be delivered by next year. UAV can be deployed at high altitude and harsh environments for day and night surveillance in intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions. Now we'll talk about the future technologies on which India is working. The economically and technically advanced nations like India can even do better by teaming the unmanned platforms such as UAVs, swarm drones or suicide drones with manned platforms like fighter jets, which can stay at a safe distance and acts as a mothership controlling the unmanned platform, often called loyal wingman. HAL has also unveiled this concept in Aero India 2021 called CATS or Combined Air Teaming System. We have made a detailed video on this and the link for the same can be found in the description section. Do check out this video if you are interested to know more about this program in detail. The DRDO is also working on Rustam 2 drones. It is a medium altitude, long endurance drones being developed primarily to replace Israeli Heron drones operated by Indian Armed Forces. While Heron drones are primarily used for surveillance and reconnaissance, Rustam 2, also known as Tapas BH, will be armed with air-to-surface missiles and laser-guided bombs. Rustam 2 drones will also be capable of carrying a variety of payloads such as synthetic aperture radar, electronic intelligence systems, and situational awareness systems. The total payload capacity of Rustam 2 is going to be 350 kgs. Ghatak is still the unmanned combat air vehicle being developed by DRDO for Indian Air Force. Much of the information about this project is classified and very few available in public domain. ADA is developing Ghatak in conjunction with IIT Kanpur. From the first look of Ghatak, it appears to be a miniature version of B-2 Spirit bomber. Ghatak is being developed for deep penetration strike without being detected in radar. Due to its small size, stealth design and use of radar absorbent materials makes it almost invisible on enemy's radar. Ghatak drones will be capable of flying at medium altitude of 30,000 feet and weigh less than 15 tons. The UCAV will be capable of releasing missiles, bombs, precision guiding munitions and will have rail launching for the same. It can also be used in various operations such as intelligence gathering and reconnaissance. There are many defense analysts and media houses who cite examples of conflict in Armenia, Syria, Iraq and Afghanistan to showcase the importance of drones. However, when we talk about India, the condition is completely different. Armed drones perform optimally in an uncontested airspace or where it has air dominance. Whether it's line of control in Jammu and Kashmir or line of actual control in Ladakh. The airspace is very closely monitored by radars and hotly contested with fighters. The armed drones will be simply shot down if they cross the lines. Bharat Electronics Limited has also developed Drones Guard System DGS to detect, track and neutralize adversary drones. The DGS uses RF spectrum for drone detection while the neutralizer uses RF jamming to bring it down. Alternatively, it can also hoodwink the GPS system. The Bharat Electronics manufactured medium power radar can even detect birds in flight. Besides, it is cost effective to shoot down an infiltrating drone by using L-70 or Zu-23 air defense guns. This was today's update. Please let us know what is your views about these in comment section. Feel free to post your comments and suggestions about any topic related to defense sector on which you want to hear from us. With this, I would like to say goodbye and Jai Hind friends. Please like and subscribe our video if you have not done already. We'll be soon back with more interesting and amazing development happening in defense sector.